This is Rich Hylas, and we're in between. We're coming up into the finals of the event. We're going to have Boo Brennan and Pete Warame. They're with me, and they're going to tell you the strategy that they're going to use in this match coming up. You guys are actually playing a classic volleyball team now, and with the new rules and everything, you have a big, tall blocker, and you have a small guy who runs around, scoots all around, and gets all the balls up. What are you going to do to attack them and get away from the block, basically not hit into the big block?
Well, you're absolutely right. We're going to have to find ways to get the ball around Matt's block. He's a terrific blocker, and unfortunately it doesn't get any easier after that because Greg is a phenomenal defensive player. So I think our strategy will be, to try to move the ball around and just hit it where they ain't.
And now when you're playing them and you decide who to serve, you pretty much don't want to serve Matt, I would think, because then the guy who gets served the ball is going to get the ball back to hit. You pretty much want the little guy, Greg, hitting the ball. So is that your strategy?
Well, yeah, if you have the big guy taking the first ball, he is going to be the spiker. And he's about 6'8", and we're somewhere around 6'2", so it's going to be tough for us to stop him. And we're going to try and work on the good side, serving tough again, and then getting the ball to Greg, the smaller guy, and try and wear him out. I mean, he's 21, and it's going to take a long time, but hopefully by the end of the match.
Well, he's a shorter guy, so you should have some luck with forcing him. Even if you don't block him with the block, you should be able to direct him to a certain part of the court. And you kind of figure if you're going to try to force him angle or line, or it doesn't matter.
Well, I mean, Greg's a smaller guy, but he's got a very good jump and a really quick arm. So I think from a blocking standpoint, one thing we need to do is make sure our hands are across the net soon. We don't want to let him hit off our elbows and off our arms, but we'll probably try to channel him into the angle a little bit and see how that goes. And
one final thing from the last semifinal game, there was a play there where, Boo, you went up and blocked the ball. It went up off your hands. You turned around and set it to Pete, and he did the put away. And a lot of people don't realize that you can actually hit the ball twice like that. That's a legal play. It counts as 2 hits, but the same player can hit it twice. What's it like reacting to that play, and how do you pull that off?
Well, indoors you can block it and play it off of 3. On the beach you can touch it and then you have 2 plays afterwards. But the blocker can actually play the ball directly after the block, and then you have to set your partner and he has to attack it at that point. So you just have to get your hands up high, react to the touch, and hopefully your partner is ready to attack it right afterwards.
And that's it. That's it from here right before the finals. We'll be back after game number 2 to see how things work out. I'm here before the first game of the finals with Greg Hunter and Matt Ogen, and you guys are sort of like the classic volleyball team now with the big block of Matt being able to throw the big block up and Greg running all around. You're playing almost an old school type team where the game was more about ball control. Boo can control the ball as good as anybody on the beach, and Pete's have very good ball control also. What's your strategy? Who you going to serve to?
Our strategy is to we're probably just going to serve tough either way. They're both such good passers and they play such good defense that it really doesn't matter. So the harder you serve, the more of a chance that you have of getting a point. It doesn't matter. We block pretty well and we can make a couple of digs. So that's all it takes to get a point. Absolutely.
And so basically you're just going to bomb away on serves and see how it goes, or you're still going to try to keep the ball away from Boo, for instance, since his ball control so good?
I think we're going to try to keep the ball away from the players in general. Just try to make them miss, just make them work. Make them move the ball up to the court. Don't make it easy, I guess.
And then when you're serving, sometimes you try to serve the ball at one player, but when do you decide you want to just go right down the middle and try to mix them up?
I do that every time.
Every time you're pretty much serving down the middle? Do you ever do that, Greg?
Yeah, but I mean, as the game goes on, you get into a rhythm, you figure out who's going to give you more points, and maybe you put the ball a little bit more into one of the players' hands and see what happens from there and hope that you get another point.
That's a more informed answer.
Okay.
Than mine, yeah.
Okay, well, we'll see how that works, and we'll be back after game number 2 to see if there's any new adjustments.
The 2009 MCM Restoration Open, happening here in Ocean Beach Park in beautiful New London, Connecticut. We're featuring the Men's Open Division Championship. This is the final. For the championship, let's introduce the players starting on the west side of the court as you face the ocean to your right. The number 1 seeded team at 5'10" from East Brunswick, New Jersey. We've got Greg Hunter. A little free advertising for Speedo. And his partner, Matt Ogen, at 6'7" from Turnersville, New Jersey. Matt Ogen. Starting up on the east side of the court as you face the ocean to your left, the number 1 seeded team is 6'2" from Hopkinton, Rhode Island, Boo Brennan. And his partner at 6'2" from Hopkinton, Rhode Island, Pete Werame. Men's Open Division Finals, Seed 1 versus Seed 2. They'll play 2 to 21, and if necessary, a tiebreaker to 15. This is for the championship. Remind everybody, we're on VVH-TV, so grab a courtside seat. You'll be on television. Boo Brennan back to serve. Game 1, the 21 points. Hogan with a dig shot for the first point of the match. 1 serving 0. Speedo Hunter back to serve. Hard drive, Werame driving the deep court for their first point of the match. 1-1. Matt Hogan. Werame are ripping it cross court off the D. 2-2. Get that call on the ref. We have a double hit. Score moves to 3 serving 1. 3-1. Ball mishandled on the set. Werame with a deep roll shot gets a piece of the deep line. 2 serving 3. Werame cranks it cross court. 3 serving 4. And we'll have a side change. Again, the players exchanging size on the accumulation of 7 points. Werame back to serve. 3 serving 4. Matt Hogan handling the sky ball. Sky ball serve. Ball crank cross court for a point. We're at 5 serving 3. Service off the top of the tape. Hogan drops it in for an ace. 6 serving 3. Greg Hunter, good defensive effort, covers the dig shot, spanks one down for a point. 7 serving 3. Nice offensive sequence on that one. Ball driven down for a point. Matt back to serve. 7 serving 3. Werame returns the favor. 5 serving 8. Pete Werame. Ball on 2, drifts wide of the antenna. Score tightens to 6 serving 8. Greg Hunter with a left hand. With a net violation on that block, the score now moves to 9 serving 6. We're at 9-6. Matt Hogan from Turnersville, New Jersey. 9 serving 6. Werame, nice plug shot going cross court. Inside the line, we go to 7 serving 9. Hunter, off-speed shot, rolling it just over the block. 10 serving 7. Greg Hunter with the serve. Werame getting sent back with a big block. Matt Hogan on the rejection. Hunter, good drive off the block. Werame with a good effort on that block. We go to 13 serving 9. Bo Brennan driving it down the line and off the block. 11 serving 13. Check that ball mishandled again on the set. The score now moves to 14 serving 10. Werame with a hard drive. No touch on the block. The score advancing to 15, serving 10. Matt Ogan, 15, serving 10. We're in game one. Matt Ogan, big block, big point, 16, serving 10. Matt Ogan putting up the force field and sending it back for a point, 16, serving 10. Matt Ogan. Werame this time drives it through the block. 11 serving 16. Boo Brennan, 11 serving 16. Heads up play, good defensive effort. Hunter on the dig. Left hand down the line for the point. We move to 17, serving 11. We'll have a side change. Greg Hunter. Werme sent back on the first block. Nice recovery. Sends it over after that first block down the line. Good for a point. That'll move the score to 12, serving 18. Greg Hunter driving it hard, but getting a piece of the block. Score advancing to 18, serving 12. Werame this time drives it off the D. That's good for a point. 13, serving 18. Game to 21 points. Hunter driving it over the defense into the deep court. That is good for a point. We're at 19, serving 13. Bo Brennan, nice recovery. Covers the drop shot, drives it hard off the defense. Greg Hunter with a nice effort on the dig. There's the service ace. 15 serving 19. 15 serving 19 on the ace. Jump serve coming up short in the tape. Score advancing to 20 serving 15. We'll have a side change. We're at game point. We're ready with a nice roll shot, but that's long in the deep line. Let's hear for the players in center court. Game number one. Give them a big hand. Final score, 21-15. Greg Hunter and Matt Ogan defeat Boo Brennan and Pete Merriway.
We're in between games number 1 and 2. You won that one. It was a tight, even match. It was actually tighter, I think, than the score showed. I have two questions for one for each of you. Greg, they're pretty much serving at you all the time. What do you have to do knowing that they're going to serve you all the time and being ready for that?
You just have to be mentally prepared. You have to expect every serve and be ready to make a perfect pass every time.
And do you take it personally or anything? Or you just take it as a challenge? It's coming to me every time.
Absolutely not. I'm playing with somebody who's 6'7", so I mean I have to expect to get every serve. But if I side out every time, I'll make them pay. So.
And Matt, what do you have to do now, knowing you're hardly ever going to see a serve, and you know you're going to have to go right into setting motion right away?
Same thing. I'm always ready, but Greg just needs that aggressive set. He needs to get up there. He's going to work around these guys. They're bigger, but it doesn't really matter out there.
And I noticed one time during that match they did serve you real hard, and they basically got an ace off of it. Was that a lack of concentration, or you just had a good serve?
Tied me up a little bit. It was probably out. My body wanted to play it. My mind was saying no, and I just got, I went for it. So.
And anything else in there that you saw that you're going to make any adjustments, or you pretty much go with things the way they are?
We're gonna keep it going. We got a couple lucky bad sets by them. Gave us a couple easy points, but we're gonna keep it pretty much the same. So maybe serve a little tougher this game and maybe get a few more easy points.
Okay, we'll be back at the conclusion of this game. See how it went. We're in between games 1 and 2. That one was actually closer, I think, than the score indicated. But my question for you is, Pete, that they're going to serve you every time. What do you do mentally to stay into that? How do you concentrate on that?
Yeah, well, bottom line, I got to side out a little bit better. I know they're coming at me, so I just think, one contact at a time, starts with a pass, and then just maybe move the ball around a little.
I mean, can you use that as motivation, to almost say as an insult, well, they're serving to me because I'm not as good, I'm just going to show them?
I don't know if, I think it's, just a strategy on their part. I certainly welcome the challenge. I just got to side out a little bit better.
And Boo, you're just the opposite. You know they're hardly ever going to serve you. How do you keep yourself in the game?
Oh, gee. Well, I'm always waiting for the serve to come my way, so I'm happy they served this guy. We just need to clean up our side of the court. A couple transition sets weren't there, and we mishandled a couple balls, and, that sets up the game.
And so you're not going to really change any strategy right now, just keep playing the way you were?
Yeah, I think so. I think we're going all right.
I think that game was definitely close on the score indicator. It just shows you that 1 or 2 points in this game, mental concentration can turn it. Yeah. That's what it's like here at Ocean Beach Park, and we'll be back after the game number 2.
Matt Hogan back to serve, game 2. Matt Hogan with the big block. Point number 1, game 2, 1 serving 0. Game to 21 for the championship. Werme driving it off the block, but sending it out of bounds. We go to 1-1. 1 serving 1. Nice recovery off the block. Boo Brennan's drive is long on the deep line. Point for Hunter and Ogan. 2 serving 1. Greg Hunter sent back on the big block for 2. Pete Werme with the sky serve. Very, very tough to handle in the sun with the wind. Results in a point, 4 serving 2. Brendan and Werme needing to win game 2 to force a tiebreaker to 15. They're on their way at 4 serving 2. Pete Werme. Van Hogan going cross court. And wide of the line. Werme back to serve 5, serving 2. Van Hogan with a dink shot. Puts it over the block onto the deep line. 3 serving 5. Game 2 to 21 points, men's Open Division Championship. Bo Brennan set back on the block. Score now advancing to 4 serving 5. Matt Hogan puts up the force field. Greg Hunter with a left hand, good dig. Converts it to a point, 5-5. Matt Hogan back to serve. We're at 5, serving 5. Werme with a hard drive off the D, 6-5. Werme spanks it through the block. We're at 7-5. We're in game 2 to 21 points. Brendan and Werme gotta win this game to force a tiebreaker to 15. 7 serving 5. Boo Brennan. Hunter drives it through the block. 6 serving 7. Service ace off the top of the tape. 7-7, side change. Greg Hunter back to serve, 7 serving 7. Bo Brennan sent back with the big block. Matt Hogan force field for the point, 8 serving 7. Hunter and Ogun retake the lead at 8 serving 7. Matt Ogun, one more time, 9 serving 7. Sends the cut shot back. 9 serving 7. We're in game 2 to 21 points. Bo Brennan finally getting one through. Little cut shot down the line for a point. 8 serving 9. Ogun controlling the net with huge blocks. Bo Brennan, good job on the defense down the line. Covers the cut shot, then goes across court off the top of the tape for a point. Score now tightens to 9-9. Ball sent up on 2, serve reception on the top of the tape. Matt Ogun drives it off the block for a point. Score moves to 10, serving 9. Roll shot down the line. Nice little dink shot just over the block inside the line. Greg Hunter with that point. We go to 11 serving 10. And with that, we'll have a side change. Werame spanks it cross court just into the corner. 11 serving 11. Werame, well-placed shot goes over the block down the line. 12-12. Werame with a big block. Nice recovery off that block by Hunter. Bo Brennan set back by Ogun one more time. Ogun again puts up the impenetrable force field from the point, 13-13. Werame again sent back by the force field, 14, serving 13. Werame this time uses the roll shot, getting a piece of the block, 14-14. We'll have a side change. Greg Hunter, past the block, spanks it onto the deep line, 15, serving 14. Bo Brennan this time, a little cut shot. This time he puts it past the block. Cross court for a point, 15. Hunter with the dink shot, puts it over the block just on the line, 17, serving 15. Matt Ogun, big block. Huge point, 18, serving 15. Matt Ogun sends another one back for a point. We're at 18, serving 15. Terrific exchange at center court. Give him a hand at center court. Tremendous digs on both sides of the net. Greg Hunter again with that dig shot. Putting it just over the block and dropping it just inside the line. We're at 19, serving 16. We'll have a side change. Werame sent back. Guess what? Matt Ogen, 20, serving 16. Huge block. This one is driven through the block. Championship point. Ladies and gentlemen, let's hear it for the players at center court. There's the final point. Final score, 21-17. Greg Hunter and Matt Ogen defeat Boo Brennan and Pete Werame in the Men's Open Division Championship. Congratulations to Greg Hunter and Matt Ogen. They are the Men's Open Division champs in the MCM Restoration Open. Terrific final.
Congratulations, Greg. This is fantastic.
Thank you.
Greg Hunter, Matt Ogen, you guys are unbelievable. And it's hot out here today.
It's a scorcher. Luckily, I got a big guy to make my job a little easier today.
I know Richard's going to get into strategy with you, but talk a little bit about this sport in East End Volleyball. You guys are at a high level with this, and this is some league, isn't it?
Absolutely. East End's been around for as long as I've been playing, and I'm from New Jersey. There's a big tournament going on in New Jersey, but Rich throws a great tournament every time, so I make it a point to even drive 3.5 hours out of my way to come play these big tournaments.
Now, Greg, where are you from originally?
East Brunswick, New Jersey. That's Central Jersey. So.
Right. And Matt, where are you from?
Washington Township in South Jersey. Yep.
Wow. So Jersey has come.
Drive, yeah.
Jersey has come here to New London, Connecticut, and you guys are showing everyone how it's done. How did you get into this?
I don't even know how to answer that. Someone said, "Hey, you're big, and come play some volleyball," and so I did. And I've had guys like Greg who have just kind of shown me the way. Since then, I started late, but picking it up,
Well, our viewers know Greg from last year when we covered the championships last year, and you brought it in, and you're famous for the Speedos. Tell you, we got more response for that because what happened once in Coney Island? You were like down or something, and tell that story.
It was a big tournament, and I was playing pretty terribly, and we were down by 5 or 6 points, and I decided that we needed a break in the momentum, so I decided to take off my shorts, and I had a Speedo underneath, and played the rest of the game, and we ended up winning the tournament. So it worked out well. So ever since, I've been known to take off the shorts and have the Speedo in big situations. So it's worked out really well.
It sure has. In fact, the crowds around, when you walk around, they're saying the Speedo guy is on. He's on the court right now. Well, you guys, whatever it takes.
Yeah.
What's the next stop for you guys?
Oh, playing this event, another East End next week in Jersey. Yep.
Well, that's at least closer to home.
Yeah.
Great. Well, thanks for making it exciting for us. You guys really bring it on home. Richard's going to ask you those technical questions for those of us out there who know the sport very well. But congratulations, guys. Thanks for being with us.
Okay, we're here with the winners of the MCM Open Restoration Championships, Greg Hunter and Matt Ogen. Matt, a very impressive performance there, blocking. I noticed when Boo went up one time and he smacked one real hard and you blocked it, threw it back down, and then he did the typical adjustment the volleyball players always do. He tried to roll one just to your left, and you went up and threw that one down. He had to roll another one down the line before he could finally get it past you.
Absolutely. It's a bit of a chess game out there. Those guys are great competitors. You just have to try to anticipate, try to read, and get in the way of the ball, really. It's the tall guy's job.
And they were serving you all day, Greg, as we said in the first time, and you weren't phased at all, just putting the ball away.
I was doing my best. Matt was giving me really good sets all day. I had a little bit of difficulties in a couple spots, but we ended up, his blocks really kept us in the game, and they ended up being the difference between winning and losing. So.
What was the heat like out there? You can't tell that on TV, but it's hot and humid here.
It was brutal. We actually needed to take a break every 7 points on every switch. We needed to take a break because I think it's about 85, 90 degrees here with the sun blaring down. So it really takes a toll. It really dehydrates you very quickly, and you really need the shade and the water.
And one final question, what do you guys think of coming up here at beautiful Ocean Beach Park? Is this one of the prettiest beaches you've played on?
It's fantastic. It's great here. Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. White sand, good weather, good people. It's a pleasure to come up here all the time.
The only thing we couldn't show you, which you do see up here sometimes, is they actually have submarines go by here also, lots of times with the sub base nearby. Well, thanks guys for coming up here to Ocean Beach Park in beautiful New London. We're the MCM Open. We got to thank Pat McInerney again for putting up all the prize money. And I know if I lived up in this end of the corner, this corner of Connecticut, I would be getting all my home restorations done there. Thanks again from beautiful Ocean Beach Park in New London, Connecticut.
Richard, thanks for inviting us again. East End Volleyball and WVVH, we love having you guys on our channel.
Well, it worked out great. You know, the program that we're building up and down the East Coast is developing real well. We got a lot of top players coming out of it. We're giving them an opportunity to play in great events like this, sponsored by MCM Restoration. And in fact, just to show you how good we've been getting, as I told you, the top player in the world, Phil Dalhouser, came through our tour and he won the Olympic gold medal. Well, his partner at the time when he played on our tour was Nicholas Senna, and he was on the cover of Big Magazine. It's the best one to have to keep up on all the Pro Tour, the top events going on. I mean, not only are they playing our tournaments, they're advancing now to the Pro Tour. They're getting on the covers of all the national magazines. So it's tours like this that just helping them develop, and we hope we can keep finding local sponsors that will make these events happen.
And East End Volleyball website is?
It's www.eevb.net. That's the abbreviation for eastendvolleyball.net, like in a volleyball net.
Richard, we invite our viewers to learn more about East End Volleyball. If you feel you'd like to play, there's an opportunity. Get started. That information is on your website. And continued success. You've been doing this a number of years, and you really brought volleyball to a whole new level on Long Island and here in Connecticut, where we are today.
Actually, throughout the whole east end of the country now. But yeah, it's been a labor of love. We started as players 32 years ago, and now we're just building it up. And people want to stay up to date on things. We actually have an East End Volleyball Facebook page. They can become a fan, and they'll get updates on all the events we're going. They'll see when the new YouTube videos come out. When this show comes out, we will put it on there, and they'll be able to always get updates immediately when it comes available.
Well, all the best to you guys. East End Volleyball on WVVH, Hamptons TV. Thanks a lot. We look forward to seeing more of East End Volleyball for years to come.
We'll see you next time.